everybody, HK Sniper here. So, here it is. This is a DJI Action 4 camera. And this is going to be my first video with it. Got it on a suction cup mount on my windshield. And so we're going to revisit one of my previous videos of the Somewhere in Time series that I posted up. And we're just approaching the starting point of that. So I just wanted to have a little bit of intro time here. So, doing a little bit better with, instead of a giant VHS camera, pretty much held onto the dash of the car, you know, I have a special built camera and a mounting system. So in this video, or in that video rather, this is about where it starts at. This is Woodruff Road. We're near the area of Bellville. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this video in terms of trying to sync it, because I'm not gonna drive as slow as he did. And obviously I don't have as many obstacles to worry about him driving right after an ice storm. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna sync it. I might try to. We'll see what happens. You guys are all in the future, so whatever I end up doing, you're watching right now. And I don't know as many people. I do know quite a few people in this area, but I don't know as many people as he did, you know, over 30 years ago. So I'm not going to be able to point out everybody's house around here. So he talked about the construction site, and that would be up here. This is Major Metals, at the corner of Woodruff and Coheiser. And quite a bit has changed. So we're going to be taking a left at Coheiser Road here.
4 out of 5 employers post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to
coming up here on the right, it was a field, and then there was a forest, like a woods area further back. This is now a golf course on our right hand side here. So that's one thing that has significantly changed since that video. And that area on the right, there's quite a bit of history with that. There was actually a plane crash right over here. Not too long after he filmed that video, actually. I believe it was, you're gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to look it back up, but it was like 96 or so, somewhere in that time frame, 96, 97, maybe 95, when that happened. Just a small plane crash. It wasn't like an airliner or anything. It was a private plane. And the golf course pushes clear up through here, so a lot's changed, even though it doesn't look it, but it has. Video is not going to be anything exciting. I'm just retracing the steps. I'll comment here and there when I find something I feel like I want to comment on. Simple as that. It's my video. So he does point out a farm here, I believe. I can't remember the name. He was a farmer himself, so he knew all the farmers in the area. He knew them. They knew him. It was just one of them things. Small town, small area, so you get to know everybody, especially in a very small community like that. You know, farmers. Not a whole lot of. I mean, there's a lot of farming in the area, but there's not a whole lot of just family-run private farms anymore. It's a lot lot of guys rent out their fields anymore, and they just go from there. You know, there's a few guys that farm it, and they just travel all over. So we're here at Coheiser and 13, and we're going to cross over. I believe he said the same thing. Not my favorite spot to cross over, but we're following the route, so that's what we're dealing with. And we're pulling up to Bellville North. We're going to take a left here. Much has changed up this way, really. So Bellville North up here turns into German Church. If you go straight, that's the direction he went. And we're on German Church. This has changed a lot up right past here, right past that bend. As you can see, there's a lot more houses on the left-hand side. It's pretty much grown up. There's actually a video that was filmed showing the last hay bales made in that field over there. So we just passed my uncle's house. That's where he pulled in, and that's where the video ended. So I'm gonna get turned around here and do the same cut that he did. And we'll start up as he's heading back towards Bellville. So I'm starting a little bit further back just so you can see the right side. Now this would have been across from my uncle's house. Just how much has changed. That was all hayfield then. And we're going to go past here, and right about here is where he started second cut into that video, and we're gonna head towards Bellville. He was going somewhere, I'm not sure where, for parts to fix his truck and something to do with his brakes. Funny enough, my car needs some work too. Funny how that coincidence happens, right? So we are back on Bellville North. We are headed south towards Bellville. And the nice thing is, it's not an ice storm that I'm filming, but as you can tell, we've had quite a bit of snow. And the temperatures have been super low. It's 16 degrees right now. Had as low as -10 in the morning. Yeah, that's no fun. So we're driving past Coheiser. This is where we turned earlier. This area, there's a few new houses here and there, but not a whole lot has really changed. video, there was actually quite a bit of damage down here. I believe a little bit further down here, he had to kind of navigate some fallen trees. And we ever get a bad snowstorm like that, or like the one we had in 05, that could happen again. You can see on your right hand side just how close the trees are. So you very well could run into the same situation. You get another bad snowstorm, or ice storm rather, like that. So kind of take the time, if you're new to this channel, you're going to be kind of, I don't know what your thoughts are going to be about all my other content. I'm all over the place. If you're here looking for old VHS tapes and that's it, you're not going to get that all the time. I do reenacting content. I record stuff in video games. I'm all over the place. There's stuff that's just weird and wonky. The very crazy hobby of reenacting. I do both World War II and Cold War, and looking to expand into other time periods for reenacting. I've done other time periods, Roman and some other ones. So this channel's all over the place. You're not going to see the same type of content twice, at least in my opinion. Some of the people that have been here a while, it might be repetitive to them. And yes, there's those who are in here for the reenacting content. There's going to be more coming. I've converted over some D-Day stuff. It's a coming. So we're pulling up here to Bellville North and State Route 13. This is the same highway we crossed back over on Coheiser. He makes a left here into Bellville, and we're going to do the same thing whenever we get the chance. There is significantly more traffic in this area now than there was back then. That's for sure. And not much has changed in this stretch right here. It's pretty much the same. 97 cuts to our left. And much to a lot of people's shock, they didn't remember that the bridge was green. It is now a bright blue. Very blue bridge, no longer green. There's even some debates going on in there. So this is Bellville. A little bit's changed on our left as far as the right side of the street. Not a whole lot's changed. Not a whole lot at all.
I have no regrets for me.
But quite a few buildings on the left has changed. They built a new mechanics bank over there. So we're going to cut it here. I'm going to get turned around, get back on the route that he showed heading out of town. And I will catch you on that side of the video. Right there. There you go. You can see it. 13 is a disaster area, so this video is going to have all sorts of bumping and thumping. It's been like that for years. If you're local, you know what I'm talking about. It's due for replacement, but it should have been done like 10 years ago. That's for sure. So it's going to be bumping and thumping. Hey, this is a great test of DJI's their Rocksteady feature. It's just set on Rocksteady, not on Plus, so hey, what a great way to test it out. So not a whole lot's changed out this way. be a part 4 to this whole series involving that video, the VHS tapes that I found of that particular day. So I am going to run out to the mall and head that way and film the same stretch that he did towards the mall that I'm following today with this one. Might do that later on today, we'll see. Debating if I'm going to do it today or tomorrow. Road. This is where we passed over. Cut across there. As you can see, it's not the best place to do it. Surprisingly, we don't get as many accidents at that intersection at Vanderbilt, but probably just jinxed the crap out of it saying that. He does cut over to the right here. I'm not going to show that again just because we've already been through that section. So we're going to continue down to Woodruff Road. And you could pretty much see between coming up Bellville North and coming up 13 here, you can see Wells over there with the camera, at least for the most part. Nothing much has changed. So this is Woodruff Road. There was someone pulled over here. This used to be all field. There's a church up the hill. I'm sure you saw it as I made the turn. But this was all fields. There was a person stopped here taking pictures. I'd love to see those pictures. Whoever that was and wherever they are, that'd be kind of neat. It looked really cool with the way the sun was and the ice and everything. And he passed quite a few people taking pictures, just running around taking pictures. Off of work that day or had no power at home. Why not? I think that's what he was up to. I guarantee there was no power at home. And the VHS camera had juice in it, so might as well, right? So he pulls into this house. This was his brother's farm. Still is. And he pulled into there. And eventually pulled out and restarted the video here. Continued down Woodruff. This is pretty much back where I started my intro. So with that, I guess this is the perfect place for the outro to this video. So, like I said, more's coming. I'm going to do one more, headed out towards the mall area. I might actually just do that now. It's nice enough an afternoon. But we'll head out that way, check it out, and you'll be able to see what's changed that direction, because as far as Ontario, Lexington area, that's changed considerably. It's vastly different compared to that video. Especially the mall. If you're local, you know. If you haven't had a chance to see it, like I said, some people, they really liked the video because it gave them the opportunity to see the area and how it's changed because they've been out of the area. So you'll be able to see how much that has changed. Alright, so that concludes this one. Head out towards the mall. We'll get part 4 on this done.